Hey, hello. If you're new here, my name is Rain. If you're not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you stopping on by. If you can hear the dog, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do my best to get him out in post, but we'll see how that goes. Today what I'm actually looking to do is to finish this sketchbook spread. There's not much space on this page, but there's a lot over here, and I'm not really sure what I want to do with it yet. I'm thinking just more carefree, goofy kind of stuff. I hate this sketch, so I'm taping a better sticky note sketch over it. Very staple in my sketchbook for sure is, ooh, I hate it, sticky note. Sticky notes cure all. If you want to draw along with me or just chill, I'd really appreciate it if you tag me on the socials, if you do anything creative, and if not, comment down below what you did get up to. I am really struggling with this tape right now. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to create or sketch a sort of angelic character or something with wings, something mothy maybe. We're gonna see. I think I'm gonna do a few comp sketches, really small right here, and maybe draw something bigger. And then probably more marker, but we'll see. I actually, for once, am not going into my video with a plan at all, which is kind of terrifying, gonna be honest. I could give this sketch wings and get rid of the sword, but I don't know that I still have this reference photo, so we'll see. But generally, I just am really tired of the sketchbook. If you follow me over on Instagram, you'll know that I've been doing a kind of like sketchbook page a day sort of thing over there to just get rid of this. I've had it since November. Well, I've had it longer. I've been working in this one since November, and I'm really tired of this one. This is, I think, maybe the longest I have ever been in a sketchbook before. It's a little hard to say. I'd have to really go back to my first sketchbooks to see. But I've just been in here for way too long, and I really want to just do a sketchbook tour and really just say goodbye to this one. I hate this. I hate that. Let's see. I'm so easily distracted. I usually do voiceovers because I'm so scatterbrained, I guess you could say, that it's kind of hard to finish a thought and be particularly entertaining for an audience. And that's way too high up. Oh no, boobs are not that high up. I'm already just providing you guys so much awkward silence. We'll see if I put music in or like some sort of way of mocking myself for being super easily distracted. We'll see for sure. I think I want the chest turned this way, and I think I want the hips to come up. We'll use that as like a pinpoint for the base. Yeah, let's see. And then we'll put like hair in front of the nips. Some Aphrodite vibes. Classic Aphrodite painting vibes. Maybe cut that. No, I do like it bigger. Not fully symmetrical. Definitely vanishing. I did like a really interesting study way back in my sketchbook of like attractive compositions and how to improve your compositions as an artist, and then I have ever since doing that completely not done anything interesting with my composition since. Oh, there it was. Like, I did a whole composition study and like the shapes that you should use and like using like letters in our language to like basically make interesting compositions that are easy for people to follow. And then I sketched in my car and then absolutely like never did anything interesting with composition again. Taking that into account, are there any letters that are shaped like this? Pretend I could pretend I know what I'm doing. Pretend I'm a proper professional. I don't know if a bat or a proper facing D counts, but I could do a big wing. I think I just like this more. I think I need to study composition a lot more before I can actually, like, apply it in an interesting way. So I think I'm gonna do something with this sketch. I'm not sure if it's gonna turn out good. This was a very a very spur of the moment sketch that, like, turned out really good. And I don't know if I'm gonna have it in me to do anything that good again. I didn't draw arms. You know, we'll figure it out eventually. We'll get there. We'll do something with that. Maybe not that high up. We'll see. I might come back with a completed sketch in a minute, because this is going to take me a decade to work out exactly how I want it. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. So 3,000 years later, I kind of hate it, but I'm going to color it anyway, because this is a sketchbook, and erasing Prismacolor Coal Erase is not as easy as it should be for something titled Coal Erase. And my issue is 100% that I very much screwed up the anatomy. One, this arm is way too long for this body. If this was down, her hand would be like right here. Yeah, it would be like down to her knee. What I'm gonna do in coloring is elongate the legs the best I can, because you're not going to be seeing this sketch, hopefully, when I go over it in marker. And then probably will be shortening this a bit, and then adding some sort of background to cover up the error. This is really messed, but we're going to see what I can do, because I'm trying something different anyway. Different being what I did with this, which is something, this was my first time ever trying to work lineless with marker. Sorry, I bumped you. Worked lineless with marker. So we're using Ohuhu, and I don't know what color I want the fin to be. Probably BR3 or BR4. And we're gonna see what I can pull off. So we want the fingers together. We're just gonna see what I can do, and I'm going to render this to the best of my ability. And I will use the hair to cover up any glaring issues. Because I'm thinking I want to do purple for the hair, and then use a very, very light purple. Hopefully R11 will be light enough, and just have these be like shaded very softly. But we will see. This is something I'm very inexperienced at. And honestly, I hated this for almost the entire sketching process. So I'm optimistic that if I just push through, it'll look all right. So we're gonna see if that optimism is poorly placed. I do want to get better at this, better at working lineless. I am very line art heavy in my work, and I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. However, I just really do like lineless art, and I do really like lineless marker art. And these are really big feet. And it's just something that I kind of want to get better at in general. Hair is covering that a fair bit, so maybe that's why it looks funky. Let's put down some purple. That's not very light at all. Oh, so it's a different color. Wow, Rain. Maybe that's why it looks way too dark. Yeah, let's just lob this down. Yeah, if this goes really wrong, and this is your first time seeing my content, I want to do this more, this type of art. However, it is not my usual art. So you might, if this goes horribly wrong, want to check out my other work and just see my usual style and see how you feel about that, because I'll be refining this. This is kind of a second-ish go at it, and I can't really speak to how well this will turn out. Usually voiceover Rain is like, I'm so happy with where this ended up, and then I talk about the ugly face for a really long time. Look, I'm identifying my own bad tropes. But like voiceover Rain will be like, I ended up really happy with this. And I'm really excited for you guys to see the finished product, and I'm like all excited and childishly joyous about my own art. I'm like proud of myself, but this I very much don't know where this is gonna go, unless this is voiceover rain that you're hearing, because editing rain will decide if the dogs are too loud and if I have to voice over it, but then you won't be hearing anything I'm discussing right now. Yeah, Smudge. Really, Smudge. I hope you can hear him. Yeah, this isn't bad. As a concept, this would be like a great concept sketch digitally, where I could completely line over it and refine everything. Hi, Smudgers. If you pull that cord too hard, the people won't be able to hear me anymore. Yes, Smudge. Really, Smudge. Uh-huh. Well, I can't work like this. Maybe it's break time, according to my son. Yep. Did you know that Mommy would like to access this? Hi. Yep. Thank you, Smudge. You're filthy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? What is you're crumpling my paper with your dirty feet? Okay. You know, I'll Oop, wait. Okay, maybe he's settled down. We'll see. I think that P11, R11 might be darker than P3. Their caps are super similar, but I swear Pastel Violet looks darker. Yeah, Smudge is done, but maybe it's actually lighter. It is. It's pastel, so they're probably, if I turn this black and white, the exact same tonal value. Or very, very close. It's just this one's a little less soft. Let's see. Maybe P4 will be a good shadow for the hair. Maybe it'll be way too dark. Yeah. Alrighty. Mauve shadow. Tip to tip is what we'll be doing. Hate. Well, yeah, let's add a little bit of definition here. This whole thing is in shadow. I want this to be twisting. I'm so good at this talking while working thing, because I'm sure you're just hearing me whisper to myself instead of anything helpful. Yeah, I think that's helping a little bit, the definition. Definitely got a lot more pushing to do though. Let's see. Yeah, just a little bit of that will be really good. And then I'll come in with colored pencil. That's what got that one looking so acceptable, is layers upon layers of colored pencil. So that's lineless. Enters brain part where I try and line with marker all of a sudden. That was not intelligent, but I'm gonna keep doing it because it makes me feel secure. Can I? Yeah, that's a nice shadow tone. Let's keep building shadows on your face that has long since been abandoned by features. Maybe I'm just really boring to listen to. I'll be back when she's looking a little bit more defined, and we'll see how I feel, because this is going to be a rendering hell for a hot minute. I was kind of thinking about colors, and I was realizing that I kind of wanted to add a blue shadow. So I'm going in and I'm adding some orange highlights where I can. I'm going to be like lining the skin with some yellowy oranges. More on the orange side just because I really like shading with purple, but it just isn't quite as like hard hitting and punchy as I like it to be when one of your main colors is purple. And so I think that what I want to do, the shadow's on the wrong side of the leg. You didn't see that, that's not there. So what I want to do, and what I usually do when like purple's a key color for me in a piece that I'm working on, and I really want to like add more fun to it, I usually just default to blue and make it a more orangey light source. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and that's why I'm going in with so much orange and trying to add orange hues. I also rendered the face a little bit, as in I gave her a face. I don't really like it, but I'm not really going to worry about it because this is my sketchbook. If the face never comes together, that is kind of okay. Like, it's not the end of the world if her face doesn't like totally end up perfect. It is a really small sketch, and that's kind of why I'm not in love with the face. Actually, maybe it's because she doesn't have eyebrows. Wait, that kind of actually did help. Okay, maybe that was part of it. And I do want her face to be over the arm, I think. Maybe I don't. These are the June Gold 2.0 millimeter colored pencil, mechanical pencils. I've had these since like middle school, and I've just kind of recently started using them to get through them because it's easier than pulling out my entire colored pencil set. And they're here, and they're mechanical, and they feel more sketchy. It feels more fun to sketch in mechanical color pencil. And I feel less like I'm like supposed to be creating something excellent. I don't know if excellent is the word I want for that, but I just don't feel like I'm really needing to be creating something like super good. I feel like I can just be playful and do what I want with it and kind of be carefree. So I found that I really like these for that, for just playing around with color. And also I found that they're kind of nice for learning. Not that you can't learn with literally anything, but I just enjoy using these when I'm trying to teach myself something new, which is kind of approaching a lineless style. I say as I use one to line my really messed up hand. But I don't know, it just feels fun and playful, and I've really been enjoying them. They're not obviously like the best art supply in the world. I'm sure these are meant for like school only. They're one of those school supplies. I don't imagine they're marketed towards artists. So the blending isn't like remarkable. They're pretty hard lead. Sometimes they won't even pop out properly. But other than that, I think they're pretty good. They're pretty standard. I like them more than Crayola. Not that Crayola is particularly bad, but they're a little bit nicer to use, I think. I haven't used Crayola in a hot minute, though, so maybe they've improved. So, I don't know. I really like them, though. They're fun. I don't necessarily think I'd recommend buying them if you're not gonna use them for, like, sketching, though. I don't know how much I'd recommend them if you want to do, like, finished color pencil work. Or if you want to do like large scale finish pieces and do what I'm doing, which is like go over your marker with color pencil. Like if you're doing something more proper completed, I don't know if I'd recommend them as much, but for what I'm doing here, they're great. They do what I want them to, so I quite like them. They are a little bit harder to control because they're 2 millimeters and not sharpenable. Well, I could take a knife to it, but that's kind of more effort than it's worth for me. So because I don't sharpen them, they are a little bit harder to control, and that's kind of another reason I like them. I don't feel like I can easily get a good point. So I just kind of let it flow, and I just kind of get more carefree and sketchy with it. It's psychological for me, okay? If I feel like it's extra effort to be more precise and, what's the word? Precise and perfect, I guess. I don't think perfect is exactly the word for it, but like, I just don't feel like I can do it as easily. And so I don't give myself that constraint of like, it's not clean enough, it's not good enough, it's not defined enough. I don't know. When it feels inconvenient, I'm a lot more willing to just sketch and have fun. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody else has that issue. It's been something I've utilized to kind of battle feelings of perfectionism in art for a lot of years now. I make it inconvenient to be perfect, and so I feel a little bit more like it's not how things are supposed to be. It's like tricking myself into, I don't know, just accepting things as they are and going with the flow. I don't know if that works for other people, but it's always kind of worked for me. So I'm starting to like this more as a playful sketch the more I work on it. I do need to go in and start adding my characteristic circles and stuff though. Like, it definitely doesn't quite feel like me yet. So we'll get there. But I just wanted to pop in and talk about colors a little bit, talk about these pencils that have had for way too long. I don't even know where I got them. Honestly, probably a gift from my grandma. It seems like something she'd get me. Like, oh, my granddaughter's an artist and she's going back to school. This seems like something she'd get me. Yeah, probably from my grandma, actually. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to be bringing in some Posca. Yeah, I'm going to be bringing in some Posca, layering up on the skin a bit more. But I don't know. I don't know how much further I'm actually going to take this. Aside from white highlights, I don't feel like I have enough space to push it as far as I did with this one without it just starting to get a little bit too muddy. The face can't get much more detailed with how I'm working, and so we'll see. But yeah, I figured I'd pop in to talk for a minute because I'm sure speed painting isn't quite as fun to watch. Is this even doing anything? Maybe blending. Yeah, it's just a bit too soft. But yeah, real rain will be back in a bit. See you then. But just kind of like really casual, just color shooty stuff. Just playful, not particularly, I don't know, well rendered? I don't know. I don't want to say it's not well rendered. It's like totally makes sense for the context. Maybe not this context, but hopefully I'm coming across. And also I'm in a complete chaotic mess at this point, so yeah, this is fun. It definitely makes the weird gaping hand thing that I had going on a little less. Does anybody else have like the worst time with Uniball Signo pens, just like not laying down correctly and having to like really scribble it out all the time? I wish I just had a little bit less issue with the Signos. Maybe it's just this Signo. Let's see. I do have one, oh, maybe it was just that Signo. I do have a golden Signo somewhere. I might try and find it just for fun, but yeah. I'm not in love with this. Obviously, it's, if I, like, really wanted to have, like, high expectations for it, I would have drawn it way bigger. Definitely. Having, like, one whole body basically the size of this. Basically, close enough. Wasn't ever going to give me a lot of chances for like high detail and like really well rendering it. But as a concept, I'm actually quite sold. I don't usually go this far with a concept sketch. They're usually much more like this, but I actually do kind of want to make like a little postcard for myself of this. Like maybe like a 5x7, 5x8-ish. But yeah, I'm actually really interested in this concept, especially adding my juicy white highlights. I do kind of want to draw this bigger. So you might see this again in the future. Yeah, I am kind of really interested in this concept right here. My entire series is titled The Death of the Artist. So it's definitely going to be a project on kind of exploitation, imposter syndrome, loss of passion, and stuff like that. These are also concept sketches for that. This is such a chaotic sketchbook page. But yeah, I'm very much into these three. And I'm very much interested in this one. So they will be like really big, proper, finished works. I just don't know how much I'll get to do this sort of stuff. This sort of stuff. I am very excited for that though, and I'm very excited to show you guys what I end up creating for that. It's my portfolio art class. I've taken it twice before, just taking it again because I can, and I really like that teacher. And I very much... It's one of the only classes in college and teachers in my college where I feel like their art advice is actually pushing for improvement and not just kind of being a teacher and getting it out of the way. So I've talked about her a lot on this channel so far in my videos where I talk about, do you need an art degree, art books I recommend. I hope you guys can see this yellow. Yeah, I think you can. I was like, what if I'm just scribbling nothing? Yeah, I definitely don't like this as much as I like this, but as a concept, I'm very sold on it. I'm not sure about the hands though. I have space here. Let's do another concept sketch, which feels like a really bad way to end a video. It's like, oh, look at this finished sketch I just did. What if I did a concept that I'm probably not going to bring to fruition and just taunt you with it? But like, what if I did the hands more up together and interacting? The head, my wings. Oh, we can bring the knees. We can bring a knee up. Now we can have like one hanging down. I don't like that. Maybe if one hand was more, do I have space? Where can I? Maybe if one hand was really high up and like one was like more near the wrist. Like that. This is giving magical girl energy. Ooh, she'd be really cute with like a flowy skirt, right? Like a really big flowy skirt with a bunch of those soft underlayers. If I do make her a postcard soon, before I forget that, I'm totally going to give her a big puffy skirt and maybe like a frilly bralette. Because I don't think I want to give her a dress. I think I like the exposed stomach a lot. Do something bigger and more fun for her. So maybe this is less of a fill a sketchbook spread with me and do a concept design with me. But like, what do you think? Giving her like a frilly bralette kind of thing and a big poofy skirt and doing like a little magical girl thing? I think that could be really cute with this, the flowy hair. Probably going for a soft pastel-y pink. I think this is a bit too bold for what I want to go for. Maybe more, this color? Maybe I can do my witch character. If you aren't new here, you might remember her from my last video, but maybe I can do her so that the hair is pink and instead we're doing purple clothing. That could be fun. You guys are very much going on an adventure of scatterbrained artist with me. I'm definitely not a very one and done artist. I kind of very much like drawing the same characters a lot. So let me know what you think about that, because this character is a witch, even though she kind of looks like a Vocaloid girl more than a witch. Let's pull up her original design as I like bend the hell out of my sketchbook. This was her original design if you didn't watch that last video, and this is her, nope. So this was her original design if you didn't watch that last video, and this is her redesign from my last video. So this is a little spread we finished up today together, so not very much for this page, just like thumbnails, but this is a spread we finished up, and I actually really like it. I like this page a lot. It definitely shows like a whole process of my thinking. The thumbnails, this is kind of something I would do digitally before doing proper line art, and then a more finished, refined thing. I kind of like this a lot, this feeling. So, I don't know, I'm really happy with this, and I will be figuring out something to do with this. Other than that, I really would appreciate likes and comments if you have any particular thoughts on the matter, or if you liked this video. Dislike if you dislike, of course. No hard feelings. And if you like my work, want to see where my work goes, feel free to subscribe. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I really appreciate you sitting all the way through this video with me. And I guess that's all. So, bye!